So we're going to look at this sequence. We're going to do what we normally do. We just see what is the difference from one term to the next. And we've increased by 8, increased by 12. I think in a real question you probably have maybe one more term. Increased by 16. So it's not a linear sequence because this isn't a common difference. The difference isn't the same all the way through. So we'll do another round. And bingo, now we've got a common difference, and that would have been true if I'd have put another term there. Okay, so it's therefore a quadratic sequence, and the rule is we're just going to half this. So instead of plus 4, it becomes plus 2, and that is going to be our 2x squared term. So what I'm saying really is that's what we've got so far, 2x squared. There's going to be more, but that's what we've got so far. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that term and see what I get. And I'm just going to put it above this sequence. So far, according to this term, when n is 1, and I shouldn't have used x squared, should I? So far, when n is 1, we'll get the value 2. When n is 2, we'll get the value 8. When n is 3, 3 squared is 9, and 9 times 2 is 18. And when n is 4, 4 squared is 16, times 2 is 32. So note that I've written it above the actual sequence that we were given. And our rule, is it's in the ballpark, but it's not there. So we need to modify it, and this is what you're going to do. What do you need? How do you need to adjust this sequence to get to that number? I need to add 1. I need to add 3. I need to add 5. I need to add 7. Trust me, lay it out like this. So, just to be clear, we've done this bit here, which I think you're pretty happy with, and we ended up with plus 4. We halve this number. Whatever that number was, it was halved. It was a plus 4, so it becomes a plus 2. It would have been a minus 4, it would have been a minus 2, but it's a plus 4. So it becomes plus 2 n squared. That's our squared term. And what we do, we put this up at the top, and we just see what we get with that so far. And that's what we got. Then we see what have we got to, add, what adjustment do we need to make to this to get to the actual number that we need, and we end up with this in red. And then with that in red, we'll create our own linear sequence with that in red. And this, you should be fairly happy with this. I mean, if you're doing quadratic sequences, you're probably very happy with this. So that's going to be 2n minus 1. And I'm not going to explain how we got that. I'm just going to assume that you know that. So that's the adjustment that we need to make. So we just add it on the end. And then, you can check the first term or two. I'm going to just take a random. I'm going to see what the third term would be. Always using brackets. Okay, so there we go, third term. We got the 23. It's not absolutely conclusive because, if I had all the time in the world, I'll do all the terms, but it gives us a really good pointer that we've got it right. So again, it's all about method. You're using the correct method, and you are setting yourself up to get it right, and you're keeping yourself on the straight and narrow.